Hello everyone, you are all most welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for clicking, and please do watch this particular video to the end. Before I begin with the cooking, I would like to say thank you so much for subscribing, liking, watching, commenting and sharing my videos. If you're a new subscriber, you are welcome. If you're an old one, thank you so much. Today I am going to prepare millet tuo. Yes, a very authentic and indigenous meal of the people of the Upper East region of Ghana. So without much ado, let's begin. We need flour as ingredients. We need fermented water. And fermented water is basically putting some flour in water and mixing it, leaving it overnight for it to ferment. If you have this, let's begin. You set fire. Today I'm using gas stove direct because this video was made while I was back home. Then you put a clean pot. This is an iron pot. You can use any pot of your choice. Then you try as much as you can to pour the water that has settled at the top of the flour into the pot. I realized that mine was small, and since I was preparing a large quantity of tuo, I added more water to my desired quantity. By the way, I have not told you yet what millet is. Millet is a cereal that is used in many food preparations like this Hausa cocoa, zonko, masa, just name it, kenke and all that. Back to the cooking, I covered my water for about 10 to 15 minutes and I kept checking it because of the fermentation. This water can easily overboil, and currently you see it trying to overboil. So my water was boiling. I was not ready yet, so I just reduced the flame and then I went on with the preparation. So here I'm using iron holders. They call them iron pot holders or banku drivers to support my pots in the process of stirring. What I've just shown you is the mixture of the fermented flour after pouring the water. That was what was left. Here I'm just fetching some water out in case it's too much. Then I'll pour in the fermented flour while stirring to prevent lumps. Now you wouldn't like your porridge consistency, that is how I name this right now, to be too light because you may not get good tuo. That is how I was taught, and if you're a beginner you have to be extra careful. This tuo is prepared with heat. I mean, when I say heat, your flame or your fire shouldn't be too low. It should be medium to high so that you get good tuo. Here I'm pouring in extra mixture of flour because my porridge was not too thick, or the thickness wasn't my desired consistency. So this was achieved, and you see that is what I went for. Then I rinsed the bowl and poured the rest to add, and I covered it and brought it to boil. I was having my eyes fixed to this because it can overboil. Here you can see I've picked the lid off because I was too scared for it to overboil and give me more work. So while the lid was not even on, it was about to overboil. I'm fetching some out soon to prevent it from overboiling. At this stage, my porridge was not done. I was taught that when it boils in the middle, then you can begin to stir your tuo. It was boiling almost at the middle, but I was multitasking on this day. I had my eyes and hands for case, for soup, for other things. Here I was just checking my soup, so you can imagine. You see it's boiling up again. It's an indication that it will overboil or overflow the pot. It's time for me to stir my tuo, so I'll just scoop the amount of porridge needed out. Then I clean my pot to have it nice and neat while cooking. Here is a bit difficult without help, but with practice you can do it. Here I'm just scooping some porridge out for my kids to enjoy with sugar or honey. I used to do this when my mom was always ready to prepare tisset. So this is the place I said it's a bit difficult, because you have to have one hand on your stirring stick, that is the banku driver, then one hand fetching the dried flour and putting in the pot. As a beginner, it may seem or look hard, but with much practice, you can do it. And if you are a beginner, I would like to say, call for help or ask someone to be dropping the flour slowly to the pot or to the porridge for you to be able to stir nice tisset. If not, you will get lumpy tisset. Here, I am stirring it carefully and slowly to prevent lumps. If you stir it vigorously, the possibility of you getting bigger lumps are there. So from here, I will urge that you just watch. I'm adding more flour because I realized the consistency was too light, because I have porridge waiting to be added later. Once again, thank you so much for watching, for subscribing, for liking, for commenting. If you've ever had this kind of tisset, please comment down below how it tasted and how you saw it, you enjoyed it or whatsoever. By the way, my tisset is prepared without cassava flour. Some people do prepare this tisset with cassava flour, which to me is a no-no. I was brought up preparing this with no cassava flour. It tasted nice. It could go for days without spoiling. So if you want to add cassava flour, you are free to do that. Here I had a little help. She was a neighbor, or she's a neighbor who came around to play with my kids, and she's very helpful. Julie, I know you may not see this, but thank you so much that day. You were really a big help. You helped me out. God bless you. If this is the first time you are seeing my channel or coming across this channel, thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, and share. Here I am adding the first batch of my porridge. You see that you add smaller amounts so that you can handle it easier or better than adding bigger amounts. So here I would like to say that when you add the porridge, you stir carefully and gently, just as I am doing. This tisset is so versatile that you can pair it with any soup of your choice: groundnut soup, bitter, ayoyo, even my previous post. That is the kind of tisset we paired with, but a bit reddish because we added something that is called red corn or yellow corn dough. That day I was not having fermented water. So this one particularly here was paired with ayoyo soup. So after you've done that, you stir and crush the lumps against the pot using your stirring stick, just as I'm doing. The process is almost similar to preparing banku or kunkonte. Tisset is of a lighter consistency as compared to the two I mentioned earlier. It's time for me to add my second and last batch of the porridge, and so I just did. You continue the same process, stirring gently and carefully, like that. Now, this is also a food that nursing mothers used to eat as I was growing up. If you were put to bed, this was always your food, especially the red millet called guinea corn tisset. That was always a to-go meal for nursing mothers. I don't know why it was so, but I grew up knowing it to be so. So my tisset is almost done. I'm crushing the lumps for the last time, and I tested if it will stick to my hands. Then it's not ready, but it didn't stick as I showed you. then my tisette is ready. You see that consistency? Even mine is still thick compared to some people, but it's me here and I'm doing me here. So time to scoop the tisette. I just scoop it into bowls. Those that will eat straight away into bowls, and those that will not eat in safe rubbers or food rubbers, and then we'll eat later. If you've made it to this point of the video, I say thank you so much. You've done so well. I really appreciate you. So after scooping the tisette, I washed my pot. At that point itself, my phone had warned me of high heat and went off on its own. So I just washed the pot and kept water in the pot for easy cleaning. And this is how I served my food. It was so yummy. Thank you all so much for watching. My son couldn't wait to eat. See you in my next one. Bye.